GE. Decoding Body Details. Symbolic Translations. The symbolic meaning of every detail of the body. With Toro, the decoder. We are going to look at the symbolic meaning of many areas of our physical body in order to look at ourselves and the body with different eyes. It is like relearning the ABC of a long-forgotten universal language, a knowledge we all had once to assist ourselves and others in the adventure of life. Some of us are familiar with the term body language, which is detecting information without the other having to say anything. We can see when somebody's angry by looking at the face of that person or the position of the body, arm and hands. The same when someone is closed off by crossing legs, arms crumbling up and not looking. We can see when somebody is happy or depressed, and we can even see reactions in a conversation by looking just at the other person's eyes and the direction they take. Body language, however, is not just this, as every part, system and detail of our body is part of that universal language, which gives us even more information about ourselves and others. Is it going to be a precise method to find out about ourselves and others? No, because even in the language we speak, we may mean or understand something different with one word both people are familiar with. No, it is not the truth, but by relearning the skill, we will understand more about ourselves and others. And we definitely will look at life with different eyes. Quote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Marcus Aurelius. End of quote. It can also be used to teach our children to look at themselves and others differently, and maybe it is useful for possibly preventing something to get worse. The body merely gives us ideas of its deeper meanings. It shows us our strengths and weaknesses, and sends messages when imbalances occur. We also know that the body will keep sending the warning until we pay attention, and will go as far, letting us face the worst scenarios. It is the duty of the body to recreate balance. By understanding more about the symbolic meaning of the body, mind, and disease, which in addition to anatomy, physiology, medical science, and holistic medicine will give us an additional tool to assist ourselves and others when the body and mind is seeking balance. We also do not have to fall into the role of a victim, but see everything that happens as opportunities, a way to self-empowerment and to experience our life as a mystical and magical adventure. Quote, "Opportunities are disguised as hard work, so most people don't recognize them." Ann Landers. Every human being is the author of his own health or disease. Buddha. End of quotes. It is like visiting a foreign country, learning the language in order to read the road signs, and all the other things that could possibly give us trouble, or guiding us better to have an even better vacation. Life in creation could be compared in this way, but also the body in which we as souls reside. Quote, "It is the repetition of affirmations that leads to belief, and once that belief becomes a deeper conviction, things begin to happen." Claude M. Bristol. End of quote. Changing our perspective through understanding. The more we know, the more we can improve. The more we improve, the better we feel about ourselves. The better we feel about ourselves, the stronger we are. The stronger we are, the better we can deal with everything. The better we deal with everything, the better life we live. Through understanding that all these messages are not negative signs that could make us into victims, but opportunities to make some changes, and even when we cannot make any practical changes, we can look at everything that happens with a different perspective, with which change already everything. Quote, "The voyage of discovery lays not in finding new landscapes, but in having new eyes." Marcel Proust, end of quote. Look at the index when you look for a particular part of the body and take it from there by taking the number in front of the text. Two, the front of the body expresses how I stand and go forward in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Going too fast into the future. Not wanting to move forward. Not being content in the momentary situation. Trying to run away from where we are. Fear of the future. Too many desires and wishes. Too much busy with the future. Not having any visions for the future. Feeling stuck in the moment. False securities and not wanting to move from them. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance at the front of the body will come to stop us, to stay more in the moment, or to get our attention to move forward. Recreating balance. Being in the moment and being awake and aware, we can guide ourselves better through the adventures of life. Affirmation. I am living in the moment and welcome every new adventure, but walk in such a pace that I stay aware of the moment. 3. The back of the body expresses how I use my past in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Unresolved matters of the past. Using the past as an excuse to not feel good. The backpack of the past is too heavy. Holding on to the backpack. Holding on to things from the past that will create a backup. Not wanting to respect the past in a positive way. It made us who we are today. Not wanting to bless the past, dragging the negative of the past with me. Blaming others for my past, not taking responsibility for my past. Not using the past as a reference, but repeating the same again. Not realizing that we came without anything and will go without anything. Not realizing that all is just a momentary gift and experience. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance on the back possibly will show up to get our attention so we can make changes. Getting to terms and accepting the past in order to live more in balance with the moment and to create a different future. How can we think that life in the future will be more balanced when we are not in balance at the moment, which again is a result of the imbalances we drag with us from the past? Everything that happened in the past is like having a library to be used for reference, but it is not necessary to read the books anymore. In other words, do not dwell on the past. Recreating balance. We came without anything and will depart without anything. Everything in creation is just a present for the moment. Affirmation. In order to experience the new, I'm letting go of the past to make room for the new. End of quote. 4. The spine expresses how I stand in the moment, bend, turn, and twist with the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Becoming too heavy, trying to hold on too much, trying to carry too much, putting enormous stress on the foundation, the spine, trying to bend too much over backwards, turning and twisting myself in too many directions, getting all twisted up, not bending and turning with the ever-changing adventure in life, carrying the heaviness of the past, physically, mentally, and emotionally, not standing in balance in the moment, not knowing my foundation. I do not want to stand by myself and depend on others. Not bending and saying thank you. Not turning with the curves on the road of life. Not wanting to look up and saying thank you. Staying in depression, down, outlook mode. The entire foundation collapses and I have to lay down. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance on the spine possibly will come to stop us to stay more in the moment, warning us that we are turning and twisting too much or asking us to bend, twist, and turn easier with the events in life. Recreating balance. Life in creation has no security, but is an ever-changing experience. Affirmation. I am built to twist, turn, and bend in order to go with life's adventures. 5. The left side of the body expresses how I work with my feminine and emotional side in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not knowing how to work with my emotional side. Working too much with my feminine and emotional side. Being too masculine, just wanting to deal with practical things, not emotional. The feminine side is asking for attention or is getting too much attention. Not wanting to accept and deal with my sensitive feminine emotional side. Lost and hiding in the emotional side of life. Not wanting to show my sensitive side, looking at it as a weakness. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance on the left side of the body possibly will show up telling us to respect and to accept our feminine side, or will try to wake us up when we lose ourselves too much in that aspect of life's adventure. Recreating balance. Feel first and then use the rational side. Affirmation. I'm accepting and turning and tuning into my feeling side, although I do not let emotions run my life. 6. The right side of the body expresses how I work with my masculine, practical, and rational side in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not knowing how to get practical. Overdoing it in the analytical, rational, and theoretical side of life. The masculine side is asking for attention or is getting too much attention. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance on the right side of the body possibly will show up telling us to become more practical or telling us that we are ignoring the other side, or in other words, our feminine side. Recreating balance. Have empathy and make things practical. Affirmation. I'm using my practical skills in order to supply me and those I care for with the basic needs of life and at the same time stay connected with my feelings. 7. The crown expresses How I non-verbally communicate and function in life's adventure from a higher level of consciousness. Ways we create imbalances. Not realizing that there is a higher consciousness within me. Not accepting life as it is and judging the higher power by judging it and the creation. Not living life from the highest virtues. Getting too involved in the experiences of life and taking them for real. Feeling closed off or closing myself off. Not able to connect to my true and higher self. Trying to run away from worldly obligations. Not knowing how to use higher awareness in a practical way in life. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances showing up on the rooftop of our body, possibly letting us know to get and stay more in contact with our real and higher self, and working in life with the highest virtues. Wake-up calls to be in the world but not to become of it, or in other words, experiencing life as the director of a movie, enjoying and experiencing it, but reminding ourselves that it is just a movie. Recreating balance. Visualize a halo over your head, which is a door to higher consciousness. Affirmation. I am making the time for meditation and silent prayer in order to get in touch with my higher self. 8. The head expresses how I use my head in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not using my head. Thinking, analyzing, and rationalizing too much. Being too much in my head. Not connecting with the body and external world. Being unclear or thinking that I'm smart. Not being focused or over-focusing. Not analyzing or over-analyzing things. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance on the head show up possibly to let us know to either become more clear and focused, or telling us we are too much in our head and we need to connect more with the physical body and activities. Recreating balance. Write the things down which are spinning in your head. Look at them, prioritize, and become practical. Affirmation. I am clear and focused. 9. The forehead in between the eyes expresses the central station of my universal and conditioned knowledge. How I non-verbally communicate with myself, others, and the world. Ways we create imbalances. Putting my mind and ego on the throne. Judging myself, others, and the world. Not coming from a universal understanding. Experiencing life just from a limited and conditioned perspective. Too much inside the mind by dreaming, wishing, worrying, and forgetting to experience the physical world. Stuck in the familiar, afraid of the unknown, scattered. Not able to oversee things from a higher perspective. Not wanting to be with me in silence. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance at the forehead will surface, possibly guiding us to tune into our universal knowledge or telling us to be more in the physical experience, the experience we came for. The contents of our universal mind is the same for everyone and knows everything about the creation, the past, moment, and the future. The content of our limited and conditioned mind is how we live our individual and limited life experience. Recreating balance. Before you communicate any thought, first question, is it necessary, true, and kind? Affirmation. I realize that My mind is merely a communication device in order to function in the world. 10. The brain expresses how I process and communicate my experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Trying processing too much. Overloading the brain. Not wanting to proceed with information from the mind into more physical. Thinking and trying to process too much. Not wanting to think. Not stimulating the brain. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance on the brain possibly show up telling us that we are trying to process too much or that we are not letting things from the level of the mind become more physical and materialized. Recreating balance. Make priorities in what you need to process and constantly delete that what is not important. Replace these thoughts with inner silent prayer and meditation. Affirmation. I put my mind at ease through inner and silent prayer and meditation. 11. The nervous system expresses how I deal with the experiences in life and how I communicate the information to every cell of my body. Ways we create imbalances. Not wanting to deal and communicate certain things to every part of my body. Trying to deal with too many things at the same time. Letting things get on my nerves. Getting too frantic. Hesitating too much. Not connecting well within my own mind. Not connecting with my body and the world. Being too much in the no-no. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance on the nervous system, possibly showing up when we don't want to deal with certain things or trying to deal with too much. Recreating balance. Learn to control the mind, which sends its information to the brain through the nervous system network. Affirmation. I have the nerve to deal with anything that I need to deal with. 12. The face expresses how I face things in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not wanting to face certain things or people. Getting it presented right in the face. Wanting to turn my face away. Being too much into something. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly showing up right in our face, so we really need to pay attention to the things we don't want to face or that we have to turn our face into another direction. Recreating balance. Make funny faces and keep seeing the humor in all you have to face. Affirmation. I am open to face anything that comes my way. 13. The ears express how I listen in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not being open to just listen to others. Not wanting to hear it anymore. Listening too much to our inner non-stop talking. Listening too much to others' opinion and taking them for real or the truth. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances on the ears possibly will show up telling us that we are not willing to hear certain things anymore, or that we are listening to things we may not need to listen to, and taking too much in and taking it too serious. Recreating balance. Everything you hear is just an opinion or a truth for another. Affirmation. I am open to listen to everything, but do not have to make it mine. 14. The eyes express how I see and look at things in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Wanting to see too much. Being too busy and not able to see the trees through the forest in the moment or for the future. Not wanting to see certain things anymore. Not seeing any future, no hope. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances on the eyes possibly show up telling us that we are too busy and cannot see the details, close up anymore, or that we don't see a future, or not wanting to see certain things, or wanting to see too much. Recreating balance. Everything you look at is of an ever-changing world. Stay open to look at it for what it is. Affirmation: I am using my eyes to see the love in all. 15. The nose expresses how I smell the things in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not being able to smell the roses anymore. Accumulating too much waste and getting congested. Sticking one's nose in other people's business. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance will possibly show up at or inside the nose to tell us to open up to new things and letting go of the old in order to smell the roses again. Recreating balance. Let go of the smell of others and the smell of the past in order to keep on smelling the roses. Be open for different smells. Affirmation: I do not need to stick my nose in other people's businesses. 16. The mouth expresses how I taste the things in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Accumulating too much waste on various levels. Running the body down, which seeks cleaning and loses taste as it needs all energy to heal itself. Always doing the same, which becomes boring, resulting in losing the taste for life. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, showing up on lips and inside the mouth, possibly telling us to change things, to experience different tastes, and that the body needs time to clean and heal. Also to appreciate more the things we are allowed to taste, which is not only food. Recreating balance. Everything you want to taste again are just addictions, and in order to keep the adventure alive, we have to let go of them. Affirmation: I am open to taste new things in my life because I do not need to lose the taste for life. 17. The jaws express how I bite into and chew the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Trying to chew on too many things and too long on one particular thing. Not wanting to chew on certain experiences at all. Biting too tight into things and trying to hold on to them. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly show up on the jaws to tell us to stop biting too hard, holding on to things, or telling us to take our time to chew longer in order to digest the experience better and easier. Recreating balance. You don't need to chew on everything. You don't need to try to eat everything in life's adventure. You don't need to bite into everything. Affirmation: I'm taking one bite at a time and chew till it becomes liquid and easier to swallow. The throat expresses how I verbally communicate with myself, others, and the world in life's adventure, and how I swallow the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. not allowed to speak, not feeling appreciated when we speak, not knowing how to speak up for oneself, just talking too much, having a hard time to swallow what we ourselves and others put on our plate. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances possibly show up at or in the throat, telling us to be more silent, or that we have to learn to speak up for ourselves, or that we have difficulty swallowing certain things. Recreating balance. Voice your feelings, and when not possible, just write them down and write them off. Whatever you say is coming from your conditioned mind. It's my opinion and possibly just my truth. Affirmation. I speak up for myself without pointing my finger to anybody and without any expectation. 19. The neck expresses how I communicate the information gathered in the past. Ways we create imbalances. Speaking with statements and definite realities which we adapted while growing up. Holding on to old conditioned ways of communication. My truth and my beliefs, which are most likely not the truth and beliefs of others. Not wanting to speak about the past. Being a pain in the neck. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances possibly show up at or in the neck, guiding us to speak our truths as a matter of opinion without expectation, and stopping to be a pain in the neck to ourselves and others, coming from our conditioned, outdated ways of communicating. Recreating balance. Most people speak from their old conditioned ways, and they, too, have a hard time to change. Affirmation. I'm open to new ways of communicating. 20. The shoulders express how I carry the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Trying to carry my burdens and the burdens of others and the world. Not wanting to take anything on and seeing them as burdens. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances on the shoulders possibly show up telling us how to stop carrying and basically trying to control others and to free them. It is assisting and guiding ourselves and others through life adventure. We came without anything and will depart without anything. Recreating balance. What and whom are you seeking to carry are most likely things and people you like to control. Instead of control, rather assist yourself and others in life's adventure. Affirmation. I am here to assist myself, others, but not to carry anything. 21. The collarbone expresses how I accept my positions in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Feeling that we have to, must, and should. Feeling trapped in our positions. Desperately wanting to hold on to certain positions for security reasons. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances possibly show up on the collarbone, making us aware that we feel trapped, or that we are looking for better positions, not realizing that they are just different positions and no permanent positions in the ever-changing theater of life. Recreating balance. You can look at the glass and perceive it as half full or half empty. Affirmation. I am never trapped, as life is an adventure to free the soul from the illusion. 22. The arms express how I embrace all experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. wanting to welcome everything and everybody, but not accepting the duality within them. Crossing arms or blocking with our arms to keep things away and not letting them come in and not embracing it all. Going like a bull with arms bulged at it. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly show up on the arms, making us aware that we are closed off to receive, or that we are too open or going too much at it. Recreating balance. What you want to get or don't accept will be the struggle in your life. Affirmation: I open my arms and embrace everything. 23. The upper arms express how I succeed in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Feeling defeated and losing the hero in one's life. Wanting to show off too much. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances possibly show up on the upper arms, telling us that we are too proud and showing off, or having lost the drive for adventure and not showing our biceps at all anymore. Recreating balance. Watch out for getting too proud of yourself. Showing the courage to love it all. Affirmation: I love all the adventures of life. 24. The forearms express how I have a grip on life. Ways we create imbalances. Losing one's grip on life. Wanting to hold on too strong. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly showing up on the forearms, telling us that we are going at it too much, trying to hold on too strong, or losing one's grip on life. Recreate balance. Watch out for not holding too tight. Affirmation: I have a good grip on life and there is no need to fight. 25. The shoulder rotator expresses how I rotate in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Stuck with certain things and people and not rotating things enough. Rotating things and people too fast. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly showing up on the shoulder rotator, telling us that we are rotating too much in life or that we are not rotating well in certain areas. Feeling stuck and heavy and not being able to lift one's arm up. Recreating balance. Spread your wings and fly through the adventure of life. Affirmation: I am open to venture in the adventures of life. 26. The left arm expresses how open I am to receive in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not wanting to receive certain experiences or wanting to receive more than we can handle. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the left arm, expressing that we are blocking the feminine, incoming and receiving side, or that we try to take too much. In general, there is a connection with not embracing emotional things. Recreating balance. It is easier to give than to receive, as in the giving we can control much easier. Everything in life comes in a package with two faces. Affirmation: I am open to receive the two-side experiences in life's adventure. 27. The right arm expresses how open I am to give in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not wanting to share or give, or giving out too much. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly show up on the right arm, us not wanting to share or give, or that we are giving too much and ending up empty-handed ourselves. In general, this has to do with not embracing practical and physical things. Recreating balance. Give to all equally, without discrimination and without control and expectation. Affirmation. I give with ease as nothing belongs to me. All is just a gift. 28. The elbows express how I bring things to me and give them out in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Bending too much or forcing my way in life. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances, possibly showing up on the elbows, telling us an imbalance between bringing things into our life and returning them, and mostly an expression of us using the elbows to make our way. Get out of my way. Recreating balance. Life's adventure is not only about you and what you want, elbow work. Affirmation. I'm bending my arms with ease to receive and give. 29. The hands express how I handle the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Refusing to handle certain experiences or wanting to handle too much. Not handling things and people well. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances, possibly showing up on the hands, telling us that we are not handling things well, holding on too tight, or feeling we cannot hold on to things at all. Recreating balance. There is no need to show your fist to attack and defend. Affirmation. I am opening my hands to receive and give. 30. The wrists express how I am handling the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Being too flexible handling things or being too rigid and stiff. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances, possibly showing up on the wrists, telling us that we are inflexible in handling certain things. Recreating balance. Life is like a dance with your hands. Affirmation. I creatively handle myself in the ever-changing adventures in life. 31. The fingers express how I am in touch with the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not wanting to touch certain things, not wanting to be touched, or wanting to touch on too many things. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances, possibly showing up on the fingers, telling us that we are out of touch, or that we are not wanting to be touched, or not wanting to touch certain things and people. Losing our touch by trying to touch on too many things is another side. Recreating balance. Sense the things of this world, but don't grab and try to hold on to anything. Affirmation. I am open to be in touch. I am open to be in touch without getting attached. 32. The thumb expresses how I judge the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. From my ego judgment point of view, praising or condemning myself, others, things and situations. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances, possibly showing up on the thumb, is when we play Caesar, judging ourselves and others, which indicates our expression of our ego. It is all about our will and not about following the will of the Creator. Recreating balance. Be aware that what you judge is just based on your conditioned thinking. Affirmation. It is God's will that will be done, and not my will. 33. The index finger expresses how I point and express what I like and don't like. Ways we create imbalances. Pointing at too many things I want or not want in my life. Pointing and blaming others. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly showing up on the index finger, telling us we want too much or that we are pointing too much externally and making ourselves into victims of circumstances. Recreating balance. Be aware that when you point at others, that three fingers are pointing back at yourself. Affirmation. Pointing at others that they do something unto me makes me into a victim. 34. The middle finger expresses how I show my frustration and anger when I cannot digest things in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Showing my own weakness as a reaction, not being able to digest certain experiences. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly showing up on the middle finger, telling us that we are doing too much, trying to digest too much, and ending up being angry that we cannot digest it all, and at times even show the middle finger, an expression that we are not digesting a situation or person well. Recreating balance. Going too fast and doing too much will not enable you to digest. Affirmation. Whatever I do not digest triggers my anger. 35. The ring finger expresses how committed and flexible I am in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not wanting to change and being inflexible in our commitments. Seeing commitments as a burden and a have-to obligation. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances possibly showing up on the ring finger, telling us something about our commitments to ourselves, others, and the world. Generally a sign of inflexibility and not being creative in certain situations. Recreating balance. Be aware that every commitment can only stand with lots of flexibility. Affirmation. I am committed to the adventures in life. 36. The little finger expresses how I assist in cleaning. Ways we create imbalances. Holding on to patterns and conditionings, or not being able to connect at all to certain things. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly showing up on the little finger, telling us about holding on to patterns and having a hard time to change. Recreating balance. Be aware of cultural rituals and losing the essence of the real messages. Affirmation. I voluntarily assist in the cleaning and recycling of things. 37. The chest expresses how I feel about myself and protect my heart in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Losing trust and caving in or being too sure about oneself. Using the rib cage as a jail instead of as a protection. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly showing up on the chest, telling us that we cave in, lose trust, burying our heart or trying to show off too much our pride. Recreating balance. What you love in life is not yours and cannot be kept in captivity. Affirmation. My chest is to protect my heart and lungs, but not to cave them in. 38. The high back expresses how I carry and store the burdens in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Trying to carry one's burdens and those of others, not realizing that everything just is a momentary gift and experience. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the high back telling us how we are trying to carry and hold on to the things of the past. Recreating balance. Be aware not to carry your own burdens and the burdens of others. For as long we carry them, they cannot learn to walk on their own. Affirmation: there is nothing for me to carry, as nothing belongs to me. The breasts express how I nurture myself and all those who need nurturing in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalance. Holding back in nourishing. Just wanting to nourish certain people. Just wanting to be nourished. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the breast, telling us that we are tired of nurturing others, holding back, and feeling the need that we need to be nurtured. Not knowing from which level of consciousness and energy to give. Recreating balance. Be aware that in giving, you have received already the biggest gift. Affirmation: I am nurturing everyone through the everlasting energy of my soul. 40. The heart expresses how I love the things in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Loving and liking or disliking and hating. Experiencing life as hard, taking things too hard at heart and attacking one's heart. Trying to love just from a physical point of view with expectations. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances, possibly showing up on the heart, telling us how we close off our heart, how we look at life as something hard and taking things too hard at heart. Recreating balance. Trust that everything that you love has also the other side to it. Affirmation: I seek to unconditionally love it all. 41. The circulatory system expresses how I let things circulate in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Being attached and not letting things circulate freely, or clogging oneself up so we cannot circulate easy. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the circulatory system, telling us that we are not circulating well in life, or that we are not letting things circulate easy through us. Recreating balance. Be aware to not create blockages in the rivers of your circulatory system. Affirmation: I am letting all gifts of life circulate with ease. 42. The lungs, the respiratory system, expresses how I in and exhale and endure the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not wanting to go the extra mile or going too far and too long. Wanting to inhale certain experiences, others not, and wanting to exhale certain experiences and others not. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the lungs and the respiratory system, telling us that we are not inhaling life or not exhaling certain experiences, or that we have a hard time to endure certain things and people. Recreating balance. Be aware of fear and holding your breath. Affirmation: I in and exhale all experiences in life's adventure. 43. The diaphragm expresses from want to, have to, and must, to would like to do things in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Wanting to do too much and depleting one's air, or not wanting to do things. The confusion between wanting to do and actually doing it. The feeling that you have to or must instead of would like to. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the diaphragm, telling us an imbalance between the energy of fire in the belly area, connected to must and have to, and the energy of air in the chest region, connected to would like to. Recreating balance. Be aware not to keep running, doing too much, and ending up running out of air. Do things from your heart and with love. Affirmation: I would like to, instead I have to. 44. The abdominal area expresses how I digest the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Doing too much and too fast and making things complicated and unable to digest it all. Not wanting to move at all and being unable to digest before it even starts. How I adventure the new or resist with fear. How I race or pace myself in life's adventure. Fear expressed through anger. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the abdominal area, telling us we want to have and do too much, resulting in indigestion and protecting mechanisms of the body, such as getting a belly, also related to food, of course. Recreating balance. Be aware how you race or pace yourself in life's adventure. Affirmation: I move with ease through the life's adventure in order to digest its experiences. 45. The low back expresses how I hold myself back from racing through life's adventure in order to digest the experiences. Ways we create imbalances. Unable to keep up by holding the foundation when we are doing too much and racing in the future, and or not wanting to move forward at all. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the low back, telling us that we are in the front going too fast, trying to do too much, and that the low back needs to hold us back. Recreating balance. Be aware not to go too fast, as the back has to hold you back in place. Affirmation: I move with ease through life's adventure in order to digest its experiences. 46. The stomach expresses how I sort things out in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Too many things coming at once in one's life and trying to sort it all out. Not wanting to sort certain things out. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the stomach, telling us about the fist in our stomach, expressing how we are not able to sort things out in an easy fashion. Recreating balance. Be aware to not go into the complexity of things. Affirmation: I make things as simple as I can, so I don't need to deal with pressure, stress, confusion, and overwork. 47. The small intestines expresses how I digest, assimilate, and integrate the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not wanting or confronted with too many things and possibly too heavy things to digest and assimilate. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the small intestines, telling us that we are not digesting and assimilating experiences and, of course, food. Recreating balance. Be aware of rushing through things. Affirmation: I take my time to digest life's experiences in order to assimilate and integrate them. 48. The large intestines expresses how I let go of the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances, holding on and controlling, or feeling completely lost of any control. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the large intestines, telling us about us trying to hold on to the things of this world and controlling them. Recreating balance. Be aware of letting things come into your life that make everything heavy and slow. Affirmation: what comes into my life must return. The liver expresses how I filter with ease the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalance: holding on to anger connected to faces, places, and events, or suppressing anger. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the liver, telling us that we are not filtering the experiences and foods, resulting in suppressed anger. Recreating balance. Be aware to not hold on to your anger, or any anger. Affirmation: I constantly forgive myself and others. 50. The pancreas expresses how I experience the sweetness in life's adventure. Creating imbalances. Looking at the past and life in general as a bitter pill and stealing one's sweetness, or suppressing bitter things of the past. Ways we create imbalances. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the pancreas, telling us about our bitterness, which then steals our sweetness away. Recreating balance. Be aware not to stay bitter at the past, as it will take away the sweetness inside of you. Affirmation: I choose to look at life as an adventure, neither bitter or sweet. 51. The gallbladder expresses how I solve and dissolve the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Anger that turns into hate, which I'm holding on to, is just crystallizing, or getting spit out through words and actions. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the gallbladder, telling us how fed up we are with certain things, that we have a hard time to solve and dissolve things. Recreating balance. Be aware not to spit your gal. Affirmation: I accept that life is composed by me and that I can deal with it. 52. The hips express how I dance through the challenges in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Trying to do too many things at one time and getting rigid at the same time, or trying to dance on too many stages and freezing up. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the hips, telling us that we are not going with the flow, not dancing with and in life, getting too serious and rigid. This stiffness affects the immune system located in this area. Recreating balance. Be aware that life has many opportunities and you cannot take all of them. Affirmation: I try to do one thing at a time. The sacrum expresses how I maneuver, sail, through and with the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Becoming or being too serious, rigid and inflexible, going against the flow or trying to maneuver with too many things at one time. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the sacrum, which is like the keel of a boat, telling us if we are going against the flow and risking to tilt forward, backwards, or capsizing left or right. Recreating balance. Be aware not to become too serious and rigid. Affirmation: I dance through the adventures of life. 54. The bladder expresses how I let go of the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances, trying to hold on to, or feeling that things run away from you and feeling without control, getting pissed off. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the bladder, telling us to let go of things and telling us to let go of control. Recreating balance. Be aware to let things flow through you. Affirmation. Everything in creation is from creation, and I cannot hold on to anything. The kidneys expresses how I preserve my energy and life's experience. Ways we create imbalances. Being too tough on the body, giving and expelling too much energy, or not activating and stimulating them in a balanced way. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the kidneys, telling us that we are overworking and overworking them. As a result, they either shrivel up, form stones, or just don't want to work anymore. Recreating balance. Watch out for giving out too much energy. Affirmation. I choose to do things with ease. 56. The procreation system expresses how I committed, creative and procreative I am in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Lusting after things and expelling one's creativity or being stagnant. Not knowing what to do with one's creativity and sexuality in a balanced way. Wearing ourselves out, affecting tissues to dry out and harden. Feeling of not being able to contribute, produce and deliver anymore, anything. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the procreation system as a result of having worn ourselves out. Feelings of not being able to produce and deliver anymore, or using the creative energy for the wrong reasons, or not feeling comfortable and honest to work with them. Recreating balance. Watch out for lusting after things or feeling useless. Affirmation. I stay moderate and creative in life's adventure. 57. The lymphatic system expresses how vital I stay while going through the experiences in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not stimulating the body's defense mechanism or over-demanding it and exhausting it. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances, possibly showing up on the lymphatic system telling us that we are depleting our immune system, which is our natural defense mechanism. Look at what we think, say, eat and do. Recreating balance. Watch out for actions that weaken your immune system. Affirmation. I choose to stay vital and fit. 58. The buttocks expresses how I show my courage in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Getting lazy or trying to hold on to. Controlling and becoming greedy or showing off in courage. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the buttocks, telling us that we are a pain in the butt, trying to control and hold on to too much, or that we are too lazy and just procrastinating things. Recreating balance. Be aware that you cannot hold on to anything of this world. Affirmation. I easily let go of all experiences in life's adventure. 59. The legs express how I stand and walk in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Standing and walking too stiff, holding back or going too fast. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the legs, in general telling us that we don't know how to stand on our own legs, or trying to stand too stiff. They also express how we walk forward in life or how we hold back. Recreating balance. Watch out for wanting to stand in one place and being afraid to walk your path. Affirmation. I stand and walk in life with courage and looking forward to the new experiences. The left leg expresses how I stand and walk emotionally in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalance. Standing and walking too stiff, holding back, or going too fast, connected to emotional things in life. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly showing up on the left leg is connected to all information regarding the legs, but from an emotional point of view. Recreating balance. Watch out getting emotionally involved while standing and walking in life. Affirmation. I stand and walk emotionally with ease in life's adventure. 61. The right leg expresses how I stand and walk practically in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Standing and walking too stiff, holding back, or going too fast connected to practical things in life. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance possibly showing up on the right leg is connected to all information regarding the legs but from a practical point of view. Recreating balance. Watch out getting too practical and involved while standing and walking in life. Affirmation. I stand and walk practical with ease in life's adventure. 62. The thighs express how I have the strength to constantly stand up and keep going. Ways we create imbalance, losing the strength and endurance to accomplish things in life, or feeling just strong but not having the endurance. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the thighs, telling us the lack of endurance we need to have to carry us through life. Some of us may have strong thighs, but do not have the endurance capacity. Recreating balance. Keep the muscles of your thighs strong and train them for the distance. Affirmation. I have the strength and endurance to get through the adventures in life. 63. The inner thighs express how I control and keep things together in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Being controlling and desperately trying to keep it together or feeling lost of control. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the inner thighs, telling us we are trying to control and keep desperately things together or losing that control. Recreating balance. What is there which I can control anyway? Affirmation. I rather assist than trying to control. 64. The back of the legs expresses how I walk my past in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not wanting to thank the past, resulting in how we walk today, or being stuck in the past, which holds me back to walk forward. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the back of the legs, telling us that we are going too fast in life, trying to hold us back, and that we are dehydrating ourselves, all resulting in stiffness of the back of the legs. Recreating balance. Watch your posture and trying to go too fast forward. Affirmation. I pace myself to not dehydrate. 65. The knees express how I bend with life and how I gently absorb the shocks of the ride in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Bending too much or resisting to bend while going through life and not absorbing the shocks gracefully. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the knees, telling us we are marching through life too stiff and not bending and absorbing the path we are on. Recreating balance. Be aware not to go too fast and wearing your knees out. Affirmation. While walking forward, I bend with life and adapt to the changes. 66. The ankles express how I adjust while walking through life's adventure. Ways we create imbalance. Being inflexible and not going with the flow, or being over flexible. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the ankles, telling us that we are not flexible enough walking through life, that we are too rigid and stiff. Ankles are also connected to hips, and inside of them the location of the immune and procreation system, connected to sexual issues, problems with creativity and puberty. Recreating balance. Always adapt to life's ever-changing adventures. Affirmation. I go with the flow. 67. The feet express how I feel connected and grounded while standing in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not having enough stability, foundation, or connection to the earth, or wanting to hold on too much. The messages. Messages expressing imbalances, possibly showing up on the feet, telling us that we have no feet to stand on, or trying to find security in ways where no security exists. Recreating balance. Be aware that life is just a momentary adventure. Affirmation. I take my time and do things that connect me to the earth. 68. The toes express how balanced I am standing in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances, grabbing and trying to control one's stability in life, or not knowing how to get a grip on life. Walking too carefully or scattered in all directions. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the toes, telling us that we are trying to hold on to and grab onto the experiences in life's adventure. Recreating balance. Be aware not to use your toes as claws in order to hold on to things you cannot hold on to anyway. Affirmation. I feel balanced and have a good grip on life. 69. The muscles express how I move in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Not moving enough or moving too much. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the muscles when we are trying to move too much or not wanting to move at all. Recreating balance. Watch out for moving too fast or not wanting to move. Affirmation. I move with ease through the adventures in life. 70. The skin expresses how I feel being in my own skin. Ways we create imbalance. Not feeling well in one's skin and or trying to break out. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the skin, which is a great elimination system, telling us that there is too much waste backed up, which wants to break out, but also expressing that we are not feeling well in our own skin. Recreating balance. Watch out for collecting too much. Affirmation. I give myself enough room to be with me and letting go of the old skin. 71. Fat expresses how I protect and preserve myself in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances. Feeling and being insecure, looking for protection or being overprotective. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up in collecting too much fat, telling us of not feeling secure and protected, feeling unfulfilled and filling up as a result, a form of protection. Recreating balance. Watch out for strange fat protection, getting fed up, filling up, not having reached something yet. Affirmation. I feel fulfilled, protected, and secure. 72. The bones and skeleton expresses how I feel grounded, connected, and stable in life's adventure. Ways we create imbalances, trying to carry too much or losing one's security. The messages. Messages expressing imbalance, possibly showing up on the bones and skeleton, is a sign of insecurity and instability, as they represent the foundation of the physical body and our existence. From another angle, we also try to carry too much and the foundation is put in danger. Recreating balance. Watch out for getting too heavy and holding on to too much. Affirmation. I respect and take care of the foundation of my physical body.